Today is the 11th of September 2022. There is nothing particularly special about this date other than I'm making this video. And this video I'm hoping will serve as a pivotal moment in my life, in my journey to achieving what I want out of life. And this comes from a place of reflection and consideration of the last 5 years of my life, and really considering, what have I done since I guess I left school at 18. What have I really achieved in my life? What have I learned? How have I grown? And while there are certainly some intangible things that have happened, and I've learned a lot of wisdom, I think the more important thing, especially now more than ever, is seeing material gains out of that. And I think I've kind of maxed out the mental and spiritual capacity that I can gain without making any steps forward in the physical. And what I mean by the physical is learning skills and putting myself in new environments, new places, leveling up in real tangible things that you're not good at and that are difficult for you. And so yeah, this comes out of a reflection of the last 5 years. And the reason I say the last 5 years is because it was 5 years ago, no, it was 6 years ago that I started my first year of university, moved to London student halls. And for me, this was a very pivotal point in my life because it changed the direction of where I was going, and it has ultimately, I think it has shaped the 5 years that followed. And so I want to talk about 2017 because 2017 to me is a year that I have a lot of memories. There are a lot of new experiences in my life in 2017. A hell of a lot of new life experiences, and I have very rose-tinted, fond memories of that year. And even though I didn't achieve a lot in terms of like things I learnt in like the material or physical way, pragmatic stuff, there was a lot of memories that are very beautiful, and I learned a lot. I put myself into new environments, and I had a lot of new life experiences. I met a lot of interesting people, and I wouldn't take anything back about that year. I think that was an amazing year of my life, and I'm totally happy about those memories, and I feel really warm thinking about those memories. And that's not to say that 2018 and 2019, 2020, 21, 22, that these were shit years, that I don't have any memories. Like, I do have memories, but they're not as poignant and potent and amazing as 2017. And maybe you think, well, of course they won't be as poignant and potent because you were learning a lot in that year, and you became familiar with being an adult. But actually, I don't believe that's true. I believe that if you are learning and putting yourself in constantly new environments and new experiences, then you will have the years that are just like my 2017 that I'm referencing. And I believe that the reason that like 2018, for example, 2019, or 2020, 21, these weren't anywhere nearly as beautiful memories. I don't even know if beautiful is the right word, but they weren't as poignant, these memories, as 2017, and that's because I was still in London. I'd become familiar with London. I was living, I can say 2018, for example, was the end of 2018. I got a corporate job in London, and I had the 9 to 5, the office, like commuting to work, and that was literally, people use the analogy of the hamster on the wheel, and that is genuinely how I felt about my life at that point. I genuinely felt like a hamster on a wheel. I had no free time. I was sitting in an office every day. I didn't feel like my fitness was great, and it wasn't the worst year. Like, I also have some beautiful memories, but from 2018. But the way I would look at those memories is that, I can see that I was comfortable in London, and I was having new experiences, meeting new people, but it wasn't so new, and it's kind of hard to describe. But anyway, I'm talking to myself in this, so I'm sure I can understand what I'm talking about. 2019 I was working, and 2020 I was working, and for me, those 3 years, 2018, 2019, and 2020, they just went by super fast, and I don't feel like I learned a whole lot. I don't feel like I was energized a whole lot in those years. Um, and I felt like I made a lot of very comfortable choices, and in a lot of ways, I was living other people's realities. Um, I was not living true to myself and to my goals that I knew I had, and that kind of disappoints me. But again, everything happens for a reason, and um, I also had an amazing, beautiful relationship in those years with a very, very this person was like an angel. They were an amazing soul, and they absolutely had an impact on who I am today, and for the better, I would say. Um, but you know, I think the point is that other than having an amazing relationship, I didn't make the most out of that. I don't think, and um, I wasn't true to myself in those years. I think that's the best way to put it. So where does this leave me? This leaves me in 2022 as a 26-year-old, not particularly happy with where I am, somewhat comfortable, but comfortable physically, in that I have a nice apartment, I have a decent apartment in London, and I have a very simple, a good living situation, but I'm not living up to my goals and the goals that I set for myself, and that ultimately disappoints me. And I think the way that comes out in myself is that I feel anxious and I feel uneasy, and I kind of feel a general unhappiness. Like, the happiness that I feel in my life now is not from that same space of awe and wonder and surprise and potency and imagination and optimism that I had in, say, 2017. It, I feel like a lot of the happiness I have nowadays comes from dopamine hits, these short-term dopamine hits that, like a drug, they give you a lot on the front end, but they leave you hollowed out on the back end. And I don't like this feeling, but I think ultimately a big reason for this is that these things are okay, but the point is, are you learning skills, or are you learning things every day that are building you as a person and taking you towards the life that you want to live? And for me, I can't, and I would absolutely say no. I'm not learning tangible skills every day that are making me a better person, that are taking me to where I want to go, and the life that I want to live, and the things that I want to do. And so that's where I feel like I want to make this point now pivotal, where I say to myself, I want to make sure I get a lot done every day, and with a smile on my face and with optimism that this is taking me where I want to go. So I have three kind of pillars that I'm working on. These are goals. One is I'm building an e-commerce brand that I have been working on. I've had the designs for it a long time, and I've had a lot of positive feedback on design, but I don't know whether it's like a scared of success or just general laziness, but I haven't done anything with it. And I've started to build it back this summer, and I've gotten a lot done, which I never did before. However, it is not nearly enough, and it's not nearly quick enough. I thought I would have been done by the middle of August, and it didn't happen. And we're now in sort of the middle of September, and it's not happened. And I can look at that and I can say that is because my days are not filled with. I'm not spending my days productively. I'm not able to say to myself at the end of the day, I learned this today. I got better 10% more than I was. I learned 10% more than I knew yesterday, and I think that's very important. So that is my first thing that I want to work on, is my brand, and I want to be starting to create income from this, obviously, eventually. And I have a plan for how I'm going to do this going forward. It doesn't need to be a crystal clear plan, but it's clear enough to know what actually needs to be done to get the wheels moving. And this is one thing that I'm working on. The second thing that I'm working on is more of a side project, hobby, that I can learn about printing and garments production. And this is something that I don't really know where it can take me. It's more of just a side project, passion, and it's just something else that I'm doing on the side that I'm kind of fond of. That is the vintage football shirts. And the third thing that I've been working on, but not anywhere near as much as I should have, is learning Chinese, because I want to learn how to speak Chinese. I want to become fluent. My goal in the next 5 years is to become fluent. I don't think I've put nearly enough effort into making that a reality so far. I've just been using apps, and while I've built my vocabulary to like a HS2, HSK3, I need to supplement my learning by using much more formal methods, introducing listening, speaking, using flashcards and all these kind of things that the people who do learn really well, like someone who's inspired me on YouTube called Victor Talking, and how he has managed to master language really fast and to a really good degree. And he's someone that's actually really inspired me recently. So shout out to you, Victor Talking. But yeah, that is my third pillar of where I want to go and what I want to do. So that's my third pillar is learning Chinese, something I'm going to work on every day. And anyway, as we're getting to the 10-minute mark, I think it's worth to talk about the point of this video. So the point of this video is it is an introduction to who I am, where I am, and where I want to go. And hopefully the point is that I'll be able to look back on this video in the years that have gone by and say to myself, yeah, that was a pivotal moment. I'm so glad that I took control of my life in that moment. And I'm so glad that I got serious about my goals and about achieving the life of my dreams. So yeah, this is an introduction video towards a plan that I have, and that's to basically talk to a camera every day and kind of review with myself at the end of the day how I think that day went. What did I learn? Am I happy with what I learned? Do I feel like I've improved? Do I feel like I got better? What didn't go well today? How did I feel? Did I feel happy? Did I feel optimistic? Or did I feel that my mind was filled with frantic energy and I wasn't calm and I wasn't centered and I wasn't present? And I think these are really important things, and I think they're things that I need to be checking in on myself every day. How did I feel on my body? You know, do I feel stiff? Do I feel like I need to work, like go swimming? Do I need to stretch? Do I need to run more? You know, these are all kind of things that are really important to a holistic lifestyle of health, and that's mental and physical, obviously. So yeah, I think that just about covers most of the things that I wanted to mention in this video. Yeah, the goal is to make 2023 a year of real growth and new experiences and taking massive risks, putting myself in uncomfortable experiences, uncomfortable situation, making new experiences, meeting new people, going to places I couldn't imagine of myself being, and ultimately allowing 2023 to be a very memorable year full of new and amazing experiences. And hopefully that will allow 2024 to be even more special and just really, really taking off my life. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm recording this video from Lille, France. I'm in a decent hotel by myself. I've had some time and space to think really about my life, and particularly yesterday I did a day trip to Paris and I walked around. But on the train home, I was looking out the window and just listening to music with sunset across the landscape, and I was just getting really introspective about my life, and I'm glad I had the time and space to do that, because it's really prompted me after a conversation with a very good friend of mine about our lives and reflecting about where we want to go. And I think this is a positive thing. I think that it is important to have these reflective and critical moments to understand what's important to your life and how you want to set up your life so that you have a life that works for you. So that's the point of this video. I'm going to sign out now here from Lille, France, my hotel. Hopefully I will be recording another one of these videos in a year's time, let's say, and hopefully that will be from another more interesting place, in a better hotel, and I can hopefully say to myself in that moment that I deserve to be staying in this hotel, and I deserve to be in this place, and I feel not proud, but I feel like I deserve to be here because of the work that I've put in over the year. And hopefully I'll be a lot better at Chinese then, and I'll have an income coming in from my business, and my studies will be on point. I'll be ready to graduate, and yeah, hopefully life will be looking a lot better, and I'll be able to walk around with a calm and present mind and a smile on my face and present energy, ready to talk to anyone, ready to accomplish anything. And yeah, that is the goal. So yeah, signing out. Peace.